Hi, everybody. Welcome back to school. I'm actually recording this on Wednesday night in my house so that I can be out among everybody during the different lunch periods. I can't wait to see everyone in the morning. I know your teachers are excited to see you. A special welcome to the ninth graders. Can't wait to see you on campus for the first time. It just doesn't feel like school unless there are students on campus. So in this video, I'm going to try and talk about the different safety protocols that we're all going to be using so that we can keep coming back together on a regular basis. And I'm going to be doing that by trying to draw a comparison between the world of winter surfing and the world of COVID and attending school. So I hope you find this informative and at least a little bit of enjoyment from it. And again, I cannot wait to see everybody, and thank you. Hybrid learning on campus, paddling out together. So that guy looks cold. Look at the ice. Hopefully he's paddling towards something good. I learned my own winter surfing right down the end of the road, Coast Guard and Lighthouse, way before there were gloves, booties, and all the other stuff that people have now. I also had a longboard that weighed about 90 pounds. But still, it was fun. It was fun. All right, so here we go. Thinking about hybrid learning on campus and how that connects to winter surfing. This idea of we're all paddling out together. There are rules we got to follow if we want to be here, just like there are rules you got to follow if you want to be surfing out in the winter. So there are 3 W's of winter surfing. The first is absolutely to wear a wetsuit. And now they've got, 3 5-millimeter wetsuits. You've got your hood on, pulled up over your face. You've got gloves and booties. You might even be wearing something underneath that. I used to wear a Irish knit sweater under my wetsuit back in the day, but that's when wetsuits were pretty thin. Second W, warm up before entering the water. So actually, it's a good idea to do some jumping jacks and some push-ups before you get in the water so you can get some heat going inside that suit, which is going to take a little bit of the initial chill that you're going to feel when you get out there. So you got to do some calisthenics before you get out in the water. And then you got to watch your friends. By that, I mean you got to do a head count every now and then. Make sure you can see everybody. Nobody's gone down for the count. And then hypothermia can set in pretty quickly. And before you know it, you're feeling kind of weird. And by that time, it's too late. So you want to watch each other's eyes. That's the first sign of hypothermia setting in. So we got three rules we follow no matter what. We're always wearing our wetsuits. We're warming up before we get in the water. And we're always watching our friends. So we've got 3 W's here on campus in this new environment. And these are just 3 things that we need to do. I know we'd all like to be at school without these rules, just like many people would prefer paddling out on a nice summer day in Southern California. But unfortunately, that's not available to us right now. Neither of those are. So our W's, wear a mask. Okay. And this means a mask that's covering your nose and your mouth. A mask is not to be worn as a chin strap. When you wear your mask, you are protecting others. It sends a message of caring. Second W, wash your hands. And in our case, this is also known as sanitizer. So we have sanitizer bottles all over school. Every time you walk into a space or you leave a space, there's going to be a sanitizer there. So sanitize your hands as often as you can. And we want to watch our distance. 6 feet is the rule. You keep 6 feet from people. You wash and sanitize your hands regularly. And you wear a mask. And you're going to ensure that everybody can keep coming back to school. We can keep spending time together the way we want to. So I think of the washing hands in terms of the surfing as watching the sets. So this is a picture. This is Northern California, actually winter, Southern California surfing. That's an oil rig off. It's probably around Huntington Beach, I would imagine. So before you go in the water, you watch the sets. How many waves in a set? How much time between the sets? What direction are the sets going in? You don't just paddle out into the water and figure it out. Too dangerous in the winter. You got to sit on the beach and you got to give some thought. So every time you go out, there's a routine. Sit on the beach, watch the waves, pick your spot, pick your timing, and then you can paddle out. When we arrive to a new space on campus, whether it's a classroom or it's a gym or it's the cafeteria or it's the library, you have to sanitize your hands before you walk in. It's, once you walk across that threshold and you haven't done it, it's too late. Okay? So sanitizing your hands is the first thing you do when you enter any space on campus. So now this image, this guy, it doesn't look like he's probably going to make it, but, nice effort. So I think of a clear takeoff, right? Clearly there's nobody else on that wave, right? You want to look ahead, look behind, make sure you've got a nice, clean surface to be surfing on. And when we walk into spaces at school, we also want a clean space. So this is how we do it. I know it probably sounds a little odd. Clean your workspace twice. Think about it. Makes some sense. So before you sit down at a table or a desk, cleanser gets sprayed on the desk if you're in class by your teacher, and you wipe down that desk and that chair with your paper towel, and then you're good to go. Right? If you're going into the cafeteria or you're going to be eating in the gym, you grab the spray bottle, you spray down your space, and you wipe it with a paper towel. It is equally important that when you leave, you clean that space. This second time when you're cleaning the space, you're doing it for the next person who's going to be there. This also, if everybody does this on campus, then you're never cleaning a space that isn't already clean. So just clean, clean, clean. That's what we'll be doing all day long. So before you sit, you clean, and when you leave, you clean, and that makes sure that the next person who comes along is all set. So again, you wash your hands. I think of it as watching the sets, but in this case, I like to watch the sets when I'm leaving, kind of pay tribute to the ocean. So, get out of the water, turn back, look at the waves, give it a little look, watch the other people are out there, take it all in, appreciate the moment, kind of puts a capstone or a bookend on that surfing session in the same way that we want the washing of your hands to put a bookend on any experience that you're having at school. So you're walking out of a space, you use the sanitizer, you clean your hands, right? Clean your hands when you go in, clean your hands when you leave, and double clean your space. It will be the cleanest school in the world. Mask breaks. So these are important. You'll have several during the day. Teachers can identify when the mask break happens so they can kind of read the room and see what everybody needs. I think of this as sitting outside between sets. So you've been surfing, riding waves, paddling, you get tired. It's tiring work. Nice to just paddle out beyond where they break, get on the outside of the swell, and just sit by yourself and be. Look up at the sky, look across at the horizon. It's just a time to chill and be in the water and kind of feel yourself in that space. Time to reflect, time to relax. Sometimes it's some of the best moments in the session to just be out there by yourself. So at school, you're in class, you're wearing a mask. Nobody's particularly happy about that. So we're going to give you breaks. Those breaks are outside. Your teachers will come with you on those breaks so they can show you where to go. Everybody's got to keep 6 feet of distance from each other. So see here, I've got 6 green feet between the two happy, unmasked stick figures, and then got some trees to show you that it's outside. So then it gives a time for you to relax, to find a spot for yourself, to take your mask off and just take a breath and chill. Who knows? Maybe we'll keep mask breaks when this is all over, but we'll take the mask part away and just keep the breaks in there. The idea of taking a couple of breaks during the day to just sit and be sounds like a good idea to me. Moving between classes. So you can see this guy who's just about surfer, maybe not a guy, surfer who's just paddling out. A lot of white water, a lot of waves. It looks cold. The one thing you got to do is just keep paddling. Every time you get pushed back or you duck dive, go underneath the wave and pop up, get some more white water in the face, which is freezing cold. You just got to keep moving. Just keep your head down, keep paddling, keep paddling. That is the only way for you to get to the outside where you want to go, out beyond the breakers, so you can get a little breather in before you catch your first ride. The only mistake you can make is to stop paddling. Once you do that, the waves just take you wherever they want to. So for us, passing between classes. So what's great about our school is everybody gets to go outside. It's one of the best things about the design of our school. We want to have one-way traffic, so everybody's following the same routes, particularly if you're inside, and there are signs all over the place reminding you of which way is the one way to go. We want to keep 6 feet of distance from each other. And most importantly, we just want to keep moving. Congregating is the one thing I know we all want to do, and it's the one thing that we really can't do. We need to keep moving when we're going from class to class. So relaxing between sessions. Here obviously is a fire. There's nothing like a beach fire to sit around, get some food, get a little relaxation before you go out for your second session. I think of this as our lunch break. You've been in classes, you've been doing work, you've been focused. Lunch is a time for you to chill, relax, sit back, spend some time with your friends. So here's the way lunch works. There are 3 different places where you can eat lunch. There's the cafeteria, where we have single desks arranged 6 feet from each other, all facing the same way. You can sit outside. We had to remove the picnic tables, unfortunately, because they don't do the social distancing, but you can sit on the walls that we have. We have benches. You keep 6 feet from each other. So outside, and in the gym on the blue floor, we have single desks set up. Same thing, 6 feet of distance on all sides. And we've got cleanser in all of those places for when you sit down. Now, if you're going into the cafeteria to pick up food, it's all grab and go. So it's just food in a bag. It's all the same thing, all been prepared. You need to be 6 feet from each other in those lines, and everybody needs to be wearing their mask. The mask only comes off when you're actually eating. Otherwise, you got to keep the mask on. So regardless of where you're eating, you want to sanitize your hands before you eat. If you're eating in either the cafeteria or the gym, we're asking that you walk to the back of that room and start sitting from that space coming forward in the same way that they load an airplane, just makes for less congestion. Clean your table before you sit down. There's cleaner and paper towels for everyone. So you clean your table, then you sit and you eat. When you're finished eating, you clean your table again. Sanitize your hands on the way out of the space, and then follow the one-way signs as you return to class. Bathrooms. This was a tough one in terms of surfing. Bathrooms don't really come into play. But here's my thought. The important thing to know about the bathrooms is it's single occupancy. There's only supposed to be one person in the bathroom at a time. So here you see this person, single person, one wave. One of the greatest things about surfing in the winter, particularly here on the Cape, is there are very few people out. So very often you can get a wave all by yourself. It's not a big deal to give a wave away. 20 years of surfing in Southern California with 30 guys going after the same wave, which is just crazy. The idea of one wave and one rider got to be my favorite thing about winter surfing. Nobody's got a problem giving away a wave to somebody who's out there suffering in the cold. So here, single occupancy bathrooms, and here's how they work. An open door means the bathroom is open and unoccupied. If the door is closed, that means you should wait. I imagine this is similar to the rules that you have at home. We also have signs. The one side of the sign says that it's occupied. The other side of the sign says that it's open. And we ask that you flip those signs in addition to leaving the door open when you leave, so it's really easy for everybody to know whether the bathroom is available or not. Leaving campus, otherwise known as going home. So there's a picture, looks like a sunset in the winter. A bunch of people out there watching the sunset, and you see that surfer head down, looking tired and ready to go home. So it's winter, it's cold, you come out of the water, you just keep moving until you get to your car or truck, you turn it on and you crank that heat as high as you can go, and then you start thinking about the my least favorite part of winter surfing, and that's getting the suit off. So anyway, that's what you do. You get to the car or the truck, and you turn it on as quick as you can, and you crank that heat, and you wait. Then you get out of your suit, and you go home, and you build a fire, and you wait for your core temperature to go back up the 1 or 2 degrees that it dropped while you were out there. So, winter surfing, not for everyone. When it comes to leaving campus, so you go from your last class, and we're asking that you walk directly to your bus. And remember, the buses are located in 4 different places now. There's no longer just one pickup. So you go back to the bus will depart where it dropped you off. So you go back to the same spot that you were at in the morning, or you walk directly to your car if you drove here, or you walk to where you're going to be picked up if parent or family member is coming to give you a ride home. So this is really it. 3 things we got to do in order to keep coming back to school together, spending time together. Everybody's got to wear a mask. Everybody's got to wash and sanitize their hands, and everybody's got to watch their distance. Follow the one-way signs. Hands cleaned when you go into a space. Double clean the desks or table. Hands cleaned when you leave a space, and only one person in the bathroom. They're not complicated rules. They're rules that we would like to not have in place, but this is all that we need to do in order to continue to come back together at school. And if we don't do it, then we're probably not going to be able to. So it seems like a pretty small price to pay to continue to come back to school and share time with each other. So there you have it. Hybrid learning and winter surfing. This idea of paddling out together. This is something that we all have to do. All of the adults, all of the students, we can come together if we follow the simple rules. If we don't follow the rules, then it's just not going to work. You can't paddle out in the winter without a suit. You can't not watch your friends when you're out there to make sure that you're safe. There are just certain things you got to do if you want to be a winter surfer. And now there's certain things that you need to do if you want to be a student on campus at our school. So again, I cannot wait to see everyone tomorrow. I hope you found this video at least a little bit entertaining. Hopefully, the surfing image helps you to keep some of these rules in your mind. I'm hoping that it all just becomes normal and a habit within the next couple of days. And again, just cannot wait to see everybody tomorrow in classes and at lunch and passing between classes. So, peace to everyone. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much for your attention.